So, you guys heard of this new hip show called Arcane? Apparently, season 2 is airing right now, and thus all my friends are watching and talking about it, all except me. And I feel left out, because I haven't even watched season 1. So what better way to catch up on the series while curing my FOMO feeling than to make content out of it? I'm joking. I just want an excuse to watch the show and work on this channel. So I'm taking you along with me. We'll be doing episode by episode, cause God and my boss knows that I don't have time to sit through an entire season in one sitting. Welcome to Arcane Recap in 10 minutes or less. We start off the show by getting introduced to what looks like a battlefield with an oppressing force, the Enclave. I mean the enforcers of Piltover just no-look point-blank shot some poor bloke. Amidst all these chaos walked two little girls. They met someone who, surprisingly, is holding his own against these civil protectors. Seeing how they both lost their parents in this battle, he decided to adopt them and carry them back home, while the cops just let them go.
What the hell?
And finally, we get this cool shot of the city ending the introduction. Fast forward now, and our two little girls has joined forces with two other boys, forming a gang. We get their names as follow: Vi, Powder, Milo, and Clagger. And they're on their way to do a heist. While crossing one of the buildings, they show us some cupcakes lying on the floor. Foreshadowing perhaps? Once they made it to their destination, Milo started working on the lock for about 5 seconds before Vi decided she's not fit for the job. You know you're supposed to be sneaky when stealing, Vi. They start rummaging and collecting all they can from this seemingly personal workshop. Vi remarks that the owner must be an inventor, which is much to Powder's delight, since she's a bit of a tinker too. While the rest of them are busy questioning the stuff in the lab, Powder sneaks off to one of the side room and discovers some crystal.
And you will know.
That are as blue as her eyes. Really love the visuals here. Not before long, the owner of this workshop comes home and the gang started to panic. That's when Powder accidentally dropped one of the crystal ball, which became so unstable that they... Jeez, I hope all the running won't disturb them to explode in Powder's pouch. So Vi should be dead here, or at least have a concussion. How the hell did she get up so fast? Well, lucky for her though, cause half the city have noticed the blast, and now they're being chased like they've punched a chicken in Skyrim. Milo, why did you do that? Surely jumping down would be faster, right? That guard is definitely not coming out of water.
This way!
Again, Milo, what are you doing, man?
Man, not again. I just got this shirt.
You're being chased. The shirt is the last thing you should be worried about.
What the hell happened back there?
I don't know.
To be fair, she really didn't know that was her fault. Cause if she did, she wouldn't dare to run with all those time bombs beside her. On their way home, they got questioned and eventually stopped by this group of thugs. All thanks to Milo again, the real MVP. And so, battle erupts, and we get one of the more realistic fight scenes in cinema. Everyone here is slugging each other, except for Powder though. She's too much of a goody two-shoe to scuffle with these hooligans. And when one of them catches her holding the loot, he chases her all the way to the docks, where she manages to hide until... So, with a last-ditch effort, she summoned her invention, which... So, in a last-ditch effort, she threw the bag into the ocean and sneaked away when thugs wasn't looking. Why couldn't she have done this with the bag? She ran all the way while carrying it. Surely it doesn't hinder her escape all that much. The gang wiped the floor with all these thugs, and Vi stared down their leader while he's holding a knife to her face. What a power move. You go, girl. But victory is short-lived, as they now return home empty-handed, and Milo called Powder a jinx.
Jinxes every job.
Huh, what was that? Anyway, we get this cool montage of the city, which I can't play too much since copyrights issue. Cut away to a bar and, hey, it's that guy who rescued the girls in the opening. His name is Vander, and he's the bartender here, who commands a lot of respect as he demonstrated while helping out Goofy here from being swindled by two thugs. He spotted the kids trying to sneak into the bar.
Vander learns none of this.
Too late, he already knew everything and starts lecturing them.
You blew up a building.
Vi questions his authority, and why do they have to scrape by while the aristocrats upstairs get everything,
We stay out of Piltover's business.
while the typical father figure doing his fatherly role of explaining responsibility to Vi.
When people look up to you, you don't get to be selfish.
He shows why he is respected so much around here. It's because he takes care of the people.
Whatever happens, it's on you.
Also, the father figure is proud of his daughter figure for standing her ground.
You did put that idiot on his ass, though, right?
Powder remembers she still got those crystals on her, goes to show the crew just to eavesdrops on Mr. MVP here, bad-mouthing her. Seriously, you suck, Milo. And in typical fashion, she ran away before hearing her sister defending her. Vander goes to pay the informant a visit, and oh, it's Echo. So that's why they call him Little Man.
Little man.
Vander suspects that there's trouble brewing on his turf,
Someone on our side.
and that's a no-no in his book. Just in time too, cause the enforcers start questioning him about the explosion uptown. And people are now scared, so they need to pin it on someone or there will be chaos.
The council needs someone to make an example of.
Vander seems to know this chief enforcer. It looks like they go way back and had an agreement on how to keep the peace. But now that peace has been breached, so they want a name. And Vander, being the chat that he is, ain't no snitch. He refuses to sell his kids, his people out, and kept his mouth shut. With a heavy heart, though. Meanwhile, the siblings are doing some bonding time. Patches up any misunderstanding.
Awkward sibling hug?
Awkward sibling hug.
Vi told Powder that everyone has a bad day. But what important is we learn from that mistake. And one day, the city will learn to respect them. Also, they decided to hide the crystal from Vander after he told them to get rid of all the evidence. This surely won't come back to bite them in the future.
We call this foreshadowing.
Elsewhere, we see the thug from before being questioned by a secret benefactor, an exquisite gentleman who apparently sent him to spy on the kids and had an agenda against Vander.
Vander's in trouble.
He also been cooking up some sort of drugs, which make the taker go feral after taking them. Looks like things will soon get rough and on. And with that, we end the first episode. Fantastic start, I might say. The pacing, the animation, and God, the music is outstanding. I get why people like the show so much now. And hey, if you made it this far, you must be invested in my content. So, did I deserve a like and subscribe from you, dear viewer? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Who always says we have to earn our place in this world.
I also told you time and time again the North Side's off limits. We stay out of Piltover's business.
Why? They've got plenty while we're down here scraping together coins. When did you get so comfortable living in someone else's shadow?